So this is my first video in the new garage. It's kind of small. As you can see, I still got quite a bit of stuff in here. Most of it's been put into my shed that I built, but for now, this is what we got until I get a shop built. So today, I'm gonna get out my scales and we're gonna weigh Z31. See what it weighs. It's been a couple years since I've had it on the scales. I know what it weighed before, but I've added sound deadening and a few other things to it. So let's see if it's still the weight that I think it is. So I bought these ProForm wireless scales a few years ago. So here we got all 4 scale bases. They're all marked with which tire they go on. Then you have the controller right here. So basically we'll get these set up and then drive the car onto them and see what it weighs. It should be a pretty quick video. Now these scales are made to drive directly on, but because the feet are set back from the front a little bit, it causes the scale to actually pick up. And when it did that on one of the scales, it broke the battery compartment here. I still have the cover, but it doesn't stay in very well. So what I'm going to end up doing, what I found that works the best, is we'll put the scale down, and then we'll have a 2x4. It's angled for the tire. We'll put that in front of it. We'll drive the car onto the 2x4s, and then we'll drive the, actually I'll end up pushing it by hand onto the scales. Seems to work a lot better than just using the ramps, and say it causes less issues. The ramps don't pick, or the scales don't pick up and slam back on the floor. I think it's this one right here where you can see the battery compartment. Doesn't really stay in anymore, it's kind of broke. But we'll just be careful with it. Alright, so now we're going to take these 4 2x4s and we're going to put them under the fronts of each tire. And then we'll get it driven up on top of them, and then I should be able to push it to where I need to. Alright, let's see if we can get it to drive up home. Use a little bit of wood for some tire stops. I've learned that the hard way. We had this actually roll off the back of the scales once. So we'll stop that now. Each scale is marked where it goes. We just have to make sure that we put them in the proper place. Right, left. And there's that cover again falling out. So I'll put that back in the box. I got their right side. All 4 scales are placed, and there is a little bit of an air gap between the 2x4 and the scale. So that way the 2x4 doesn't hold any kind of pressure onto the scale and throw off the weight, but I don't think that's going to matter all that much. So now let's get the controller out of the pack. So here you have the ProForm wireless controller. Turn it on. and it's going to start talking to all the scales. One by one, each one of them will come online. And I still have one of them that is off. But it's easy to go figure out which one it is. There's also lights on the side, so if they don't come on, so that's right, that one's good. If they don't come on, you can figure it out pretty easy which one hasn't connected. And it very well could be I hit the switch on it. So. There it goes. I just had to reset the switch. We'll put the scale back. All right. So now we have everything here. It's showing a total of 2 pounds because I just messed with that scale. So we'll zero this out. So now the next step is to block the front of the scale with something, just to make sure that I don't go too far. Roll it up into the garage, release the e-brake, and start rolling this forward. Wheel needs to turn just a little bit. There we go. Okay, e-brake is set. Well, the balance isn't off that bad. Apparently I've added more weight back to this thing than I thought. So right now we're at 30, 40. Tank is empty. I do have 10 gallons of E85 I can add to it. And you know what, while it's on the scales, let's do it. Why not? Here's my 10 gallons of E85. It is pump E85, but I keep 10 here because it's a half-hour trip to go get some more. Let's see how much fuel. Alright, so that's just over 3,100 pounds with almost a full tank of gas. I'm kind of shocked at how much weight I've actually added back to the car with doing sound editing and the carpet. But still, 3,100 pounds for what I have I don't think it's that bad. It's got a Z32 transmission swap. It's got the S14 rear subframe with Q45 differential. For the mods that I have, 3,100 pounds is not that bad. I was really hoping for it to be under the 3,000. Thanks for watching.